Hey everybody, we're here on Thursday, July 23rd. I hope that you're doing fabulous, that you're having a great day. So as you know, the past couple of weeks, we've been really talking about stepping into the next level of yourself, and your higher self helps with that. Of course, you know that I talk about spirit guides. That is definitely something I do, but we're really focusing on you and what's holding you back to your next level. So we're going to get into that today. And we've got some fun resource for you. So, hey, Christine. Hey, everyone that's watching. I see you there. Feel free to comment here in the post. I'd love to see who's here so I can say hi. But I'd also like to know, what are your thoughts? Like, what do you feel is holding you back from your manifesting your next level goal? So with manifesting, we have three components. And so with manifesting, we have our thoughts, that's a big one, our emotions, that's a big one, and our actions, which is a big one. All three are equal parts. So what happens is we can talk a good game, we can talk about our next level goals, but do we feel that we can actually believe it, right? Do we feel that we are believing it, we're saying it to ourselves, and that we actually can achieve it? If you're saying that it's not going to work out already, then you're not going to get it. So if you're like, I hope I'll have this, that's not going to manifest your next level goals. But the really key thing is action. We've got to take inspired action from our intuition towards those next level goals. So let's say that you are someone who's wanting a six-figure income and you feel like, I don't know how it's going to happen. Well, if you really are saying to yourself that it will happen, if you work on the worthiness and that you're feeling it emotionally, you need to take action. What are some actions you can take? You can network with other six-figure entrepreneurs. You can network with other people, read the books. There's actions that you can take to make that energy feel more concrete for you. And then you talk to your spirit guides. But I'm going to talk about some questions that I'd like for you to ask yourself. And those are going to be my lessons today. So you can really get clear about why perhaps you haven't gotten to the next level, because you're not there right now, right? So whatever your goals are, why haven't I gotten to the next level? Maybe it's because you haven't tried yet and it's not something that you have really worked on manifesting. Maybe it's completely new. Maybe you've tried before and it hasn't happened. So we're going to get to that. So hey, Nettie and Elizabeth and Christine and everyone else watching, I see you there. Good to see you. Here are some questions for you. How are you being supported right now? So how are you being supported? So your friends, your family, the people around you, how are you being supported and helping in those next level goals? So that means, who are you spending most of your time with? Are you spending more time with people who are negative? Are you spending more time with people that are positive? Do you spend time with people that believe in you? Do you spend more time with people that think that that's great, but don't believe that it will really actually happen for you? And so if you are spending time with people that don't really believe it can actually happen for you, then you may have to look at some inventory about how much you're willing to share in that space with them. That is something that you want to look at. One of my biggest, I'd say, nuggets of wisdom is make sure that the people around you are also doing the inner work for themselves. Now, I understand that you might have family that just can't make them see it. But you need to make sure you find yourself a group of people that are similar in vibration or higher than you, who are ready to work on themselves too. And if they're ready to work on themselves and you're working on yourself, then it's a powerful group, powerful collective. If you're trying to get to X, Y, Z, and they are like, yeah, I just don't think you can do it, probably not the best people to be around. The next question I have for you is, how are you supporting yourself in your next level goals? Are you supporting yourself to consistently continue that new energy that is required to support? So big next level goals require big energy shifts for you to align to them. And if you know in your heart of hearts that you're not going to align to it, or you're not ready to make those big energetic shifts, then we're not going to see it manifest. So you've got to put out the energy that matches the frequency. So how are you supporting yourself to do that? Maybe you are reading the books. Maybe you are shifting your mindset. Maybe you're cleaning out your old energy closet, which is, my mom taught me this. I choose not to keep that anymore. And remember, I always say that releasing those beliefs are really, really important. So how are you supporting yourself in that role? Now, another question I'd like to ask is, who do you feel is around you in your sphere that could provide more advice for you in these next level goals? Having conversations, having networking with others. They might not be your friends, but seeking out some advice or some mentorship from someone who's been there, someone that understands. And so maybe you know someone through a friend, or there's someone else that maybe there's a teacher, or there's someone that has been there, and maybe you've been too afraid to ask, hey, can I just ask, what does it take to get there? Whatever it is, knowing what's around you and who's around you so that you understand how you can be supported. The next question I have for you is, do you let fear stop you? This is the biggest one. So we get ready to make a shift and make a change. And then we're like, yeah, I've been reading my books. I've been saying my affirmations. I've been talking to my spirit guides, and I have been doing my meditating, and I feel really great. I'm so excited. And then when it comes time to leap into that next opportunity, we get the self-doubt. We say, I can't do that. I'm scared to do that. That's way more investment than I wanted to spend. Oh no. And then the ego keeps us safe. So I know that we have some of you out there who have been wanting to join Aligned, and I encourage you to apply. If you're a student of mine, you've got the special link to just join. But sometimes we talk to ourselves about, I don't know how this is going to work. How does it happen? Am I ready for this? What is it going to feel like? Let me tell you, when you get ready to step into a bigger version of yourself, a bigger opportunity, it is going to feel a little scary, and you may feel a little butterfly in your stomach. When I invested in it turned out to be a $12,000 program, I felt like I wanted to throw up, like I was nauseous, but I knew that there was a lesson in it for me. So I'm never going to tell you to do something where you feel like it's not the right step. But for me, I intuitively knew that it could help me get to where I wanted to go, but I had to kind of, what they say is like, put my energy, where my mouth is, for lack of better descriptive terms. And I really, in that investment and that program that I took, I ended up really shifting my energy and my beliefs, and I knew that I could do it. And I stepped into a bigger version of who I was. So how are you doing that in your life? Are you letting fear hold you back? It can be in other areas of your life too. Maybe you want a relationship and you're like, well, I want one. And then when somebody is like, hey, would you like to go on a date? Or maybe you've been on the dates and it's moving into that next step. Do you allow fear? Do you allow those limits? What happens is we have this upper limit. So this upper limit is kind of like, in other words, almost like a glass ceiling, where it's like, oh, of course I can get there. And then it's like, I can't quite get past this version. And what I'll say is the limits are your ego and the old stories that you've held on to shift it. So my question that you ask yourself is, do you let fear or ego talk you out of an opportunity? So one example could be, maybe you said you wanted to do some speaking, and then an opportunity comes out that's amazing. And then you're like, I can't do that. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have snot coming out of my nose, or I can't do this at all. Whatever excuse that you make up is a limit that's trying to keep you safe in your old comfort zone. So it's time to shift and move into better and greater alignment of who you are. So I have a couple things for you I wanted to share. If you haven't seen it already, I have a free masterclass coming out next Wednesday, messengerofspirit.com/higher self. It's a live event with me, and I'd love to see you there. So messengerspirit.com/higher self. We're going to talk about the most common triggers that keep you stuck. We'll talk about 2 effective ways to clear your energy. We're going to talk about the 4 pillars that you need to manifest your next level goals, because I really want everybody to understand that they can shift out of the current situation and move more fully into their greatness. And this is aligning to their next level. But I am going to tell you that as we align to the next level, it is not all rainbows and roses. There are relationships that might go. There might be relationships that need to be shifted and changed. Maybe you have to look at some of the old patterns, beliefs, how you treat yourself, how you support yourself. That is why I created Aligned, because we've got to be in it and understand that it looks messy as we're getting there. And so if you are someone that has thought about joining Aligned, you can feel free to ask me questions. But this is really stepping into the next level of yourself. But I want everyone to have a good foundation of intuition and spirit guides, because we're not teaching that in the program. It's an implementation program. So I look at everyone in the hot seats and we talk about what's going on, what they feel is keeping them stuck, or questions that they have through that spiritual lens, so they can make some changes and shift. And I've seen some amazing, amazing things. I love all the testimonials that I was so surprised to get. When I say surprised, it means I didn't really realize all the progress, what was going on internally, because sometimes we have to process things internally. And I love to read all the responses. So, hey, Cameron, I love it. Cameron says, the best way to manifest your energy is napping on your couch. No, I'm going to say yes and no. So when we talk about, one of the things that I say is we can't manifest anything if we're binge watching Netflix on the couch. But I'm not going to say no, because you need a balance of it. So you have to take inspired action. You cannot sit on your couch the entire time and expect it to happen. But what you do need is to create space. So one of the things I talk about in Aligned, I talk about in Intuition Abundance Academy, is we have to create space in our life to let flow in. If we are overwatering the plant, which I have an orchid, I water that orchid and then I forget about it. And then I come back to it, I put some energy to it, I water it, and then I forget about it. So the more that we can let go and let the flow come in, yes, we manifest and we have inspired ideas and our intuition come in. But we have to make sure that we're actually taking inspired action. I love it. So Elizabeth says she just cleaned up her Facebook account. Too many that I don't have anything in common with. Yes, I was recently looking at doing that too. I love it. Kathy says she's spending time with herself in quarantine. I love that you're enjoying that. I know that sometimes we say, oh, I'm so alone, or I'm so bored, and it comes up. Let's take a moment and flip that, because the more that we're grateful for, the universe, our law of attraction, attracts more to us and those aligned opportunities. So if we want alignment, we need to be acting in alignment, right? Our thoughts, our emotions need to be in alignment. And the more that we have that alignment, the more opportunities flow to us in alignment with who we are, more so as the whole. We also want to get really clear on our goals too. So inside Aligned, and I recommend this even if you're not in Aligned, to get clear on your goals, like for the month, whatever it is. Say, this month I want this. Like, this is what I'm manifesting. And it could be a yearly goal. It could be a monthly or weekly goal, whatever it is. But understanding that I want to get clear and tell the universe what it is. If you're telling the universe, I want to speak, but I got a fear of speaking. Like, I don't like the stage. The universe is like, which one do you want? Yes or no? Tell me, what is it? And so you'll either manifest opportunities that are confusing and don't work out, or if you're clear, you'll manifest that opportunity of what spirit has been told by you, which I think is really important. I love it. Hey, Amira, good to see you. That's wonderful. So, hey, Donna, good to see you too. Tracy, you might want to log back in because it sounds like everyone else can hear. But are there any other questions that you have about your next level goals? What do you think has been holding you back? What do you think the biggest issue is that's been really holding you back from getting to that next step? Have you, one, maybe not thought about it before? Two, you're just starting to work on it. Three, you feel like you've let something hold you back. So sometimes we say, well, I can't do this because my family will get mad at me. Sometimes we say, well, I can't do this because of X, Y, Z. If you're saying those things, we've got to look at that a little bit further and see what's going on. And I think that that's really important, that we look and align to what it is. So if you are someone who's been thinking about joining, you can go to messengerspirit.com/next level. And if you want to join the free masterclass, you go to messengerspirit.com/higher self. And I hope to see you there next Wednesday. I'm sure you're going to see me next week as well. But I would love for you over the weekend to really look at your next level goals. And just as a recap, how are you supporting yourself? How are you being supported by others? What things are around you to support you in that goal? And do you let fear pop up to hold you back? Those are some internal questions to ask yourself. I'd love for you to talk more about it inside our free Facebook group. And you can do that. Find it. It's an intuitive tribe. All right. I hope you have an amazing Thursday, and I'll see you all very soon.